Good morning, guys. I am going to be starting the Mythology series. The video is time-lapsed and sped up quite a bit so that I can do this in a shorter amount of time because the original video would have been 25 minutes and that is awful. So, I am focusing on a Muka-like layout, as I showed you guys the artist yesterday. So he's a very, very big portion of my inspiration for the design of this. Apollo is the feature god here. He is the god of the sun, the arts, muses, prophecy, the plague apparently, medicine, knowledge, and obviously the sun. But he has a twin who's Artemis, and I will be doing a sketch of Artemis probably tomorrow in support of Women's History Month. I will probably focus on a lot of the female goddesses coming up in the Mythology series for the month of March, just because well, I know Athena especially, goddess of knowledge and war, Hera, who's the goddess of marriage, and I really want to do a focus piece on like a lot of the women. I just started off with Apollo because I wanted to draw a guy today. It is Women's History Month in the United States. Canadian Women's History Month is actually in October. I will be doing a very special piece for that. And hopefully I'm still doing videos because I have it planned already. It's in my calendar. So that will be a super fun video to do. Okay, so a lot of the things that I'm adding to Apollo, basically all of his little artifacts and features, you'll see the wreath, the laurel wreath. That is one of his symbols. The raven, the swan, the python, bows and arrows, and the lyre. And the lyre will actually be featured quite heavily in this image as his frame turns into the lyre. But these are all symbols that are associated with this god, and each of the illustrations I'm going to try to associate different like their symbols in with each of their designs. So the sun is obviously a big one. The frame around his head currently is going to turn into a sun, and he is also the god of oracles, which and the muses. So I will have a design in that weird kind of half moon shape that will feature oracles and the different muses or symbols of the different muses. Anyway, so that I will work on in another video. This video is mostly just the sketch of this drawing, and I will do a second video time-lapsed of my finishing of this drawing, which will be inked and probably painted with watercolors. I'm using a cardstock currently for him. So that being said, let's move on. I originally was talking while I was shooting this, so if you see my hands move like I'm talking, that's why. But then I realized it was going to be too long, so yeah. And I will incorporate the snake somewhere else. I don't like that snake. Nope, snake's going to go in a second. So, Apollo is the son of Zeus and Leto, and Leto was not his wife. Hera is Zeus's wife, and Hera does not like it when Zeus is unfaithful, which he is all the time. If I were Hera, I would have broke up with him like long ago. But anyways, so she's quite a vengeful goddess, so she like cursed or sent Leto away and said she couldn't have the twins, on like the mainland on Earth. So Leto went to the island of, oh Lord, where is it? Delos. And the island of Delos was this floating isle. So essentially Leto was like, okay, I'll go here, and the people accepted her. So when she was about to have the baby, Hera trapped the goddess of childbirth, and so the other gods had to trick Hera and bribe her to let the goddess of childbirth go so that Leto could have both Apollo and Artemis. Artemis was the firstborn. I believe in Greek mythology, it's very not clear, but I think the gods are all born like fully grown, because it says that Artemis helped her mother across a river, or she helped her mother with the birth of Apollo, which was really weird. So I just, Greek myths are really, really odd. But anyway, so Hera, after Leto had the kids, she was really, really pissed off that Leto was able to bear the children. So she decided that she would send this giant dragon named Python, and this is why one of Apollo's symbols is a python. She sent this giant dragon Python after Leto, which Apollo then went to Hephaestus, the god of the forge, and basically begged him for a weapon to defeat this python, and that's how he got his bow and arrow. So that's where the bows and arrows come in. His sister was also gifted with a bow and arrow. So Apollo defeated the python, and then Hera got pissed again and sent a titan after Leto, which then Artemis had to step in and help her brother try and defeat him, but they were struggling with it, so Zeus stepped in to protect his children, and that titan was then sent to the pits of Tartarus, pinned to a rock where his liver would be eaten every day, which sucks for that guy. That would be an awful way to, like, go. Anyways, so every day he gets his liver pecked out because the friggin' birds just come and go, yum yum yum. Yeah, disastrous. Curses, getting your liver eaten. Anyway. The Greeks are awful. Anyways, so a new fact I didn't know is that Apollo is actually the god of a plague, or the plague. So he has these plague arrows that he shot into the people that were trying to the Trojan War. I forget the army that was attacking the Trojans, because I'm awful. But he shot plague arrows into their encampment and, like, caused the plague among all the soldiers, is how it was described. So that's why the skull is coming in, and there'll be a little rat and the plague arrow sticking out of the skull. So that's interesting. The swan is going to be added in to the side. I will have to do some final tweaking to this illustration, because I have to add the python in, and I still have to add all the muses and everything. As you can see at the top, when I moved the sketch down, I did all the eyes for the oracle. Well, I'm going to take out most of those and put in the muses, like muse symbols in there, so it's just not all eyes, just to, like, reference more Mooka. Anyways, we are coming to the end of this, and I will do another video with more information on Apollo and to finish off this illustration. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and have a great